Good morning. It's December 9th, 2008. That last picture was a picture of that diagram was a diagram of the net commercial shorts. It states that the net commercial shorts are basically 100% banks. Banks are the only commercials businesses that are selling silver on the COMEX. I tried validated in this document and I couldn't. I've compared the the bank participation report with the commitment of traders, and I didn't come up with the same numbers that last graph did. But it's an interesting graph. I think you should take a look at it. And when I did go try to verify this document, what I did find was very interesting was that banks um, usually participate in the silver shorting about 15, anywhere from 5 to 10%, and now they're at 32% of the total open interests. So if you take a look at, I put a links up there. You can see that around March, when it was $21 an ounce, banks had shorted silver about. They had like 7,000 contracts, which equaled uh, 5% of the what's it called, the open interest. So I mean, they were not in it. But then again, keep in mind there are no investment banks anymore. They're all banks now, and they all have to report to the CFTC how many short contracts that they have against any particular commodity. So this information is basically all the banks have to come clean, which probably were investment banks that were doing this, according to Ted Butler. That when Bear Stearns failed, J.P. Morgan had to take on all of its short contracts, and obviously now J.P. Morgan um, it has a guarantee by the Federal Reserve that if those contracts were to go bad, basically if silver were to melt up, uh, the Federal Reserve would just print out the money and give it to them to cover the costs of the those contracts. So that's that. Um, I'd like to answer some questions that people asked on my last video. I think I should do it on the video here because they were good questions. Basically, someone asked one question was what's the percentage of the people that take delivery normally, and the answer is 1% of all outstanding contracts, and the 40% that I was talking about in the last video was the 40% of available gold at the COMEX that can be taken for delivery. So that's the total gold that they've got. 40% of it has been taken away. Now, what percentage of all outstanding contracts actually called for delivery? About 5%. So that was a good question, and I think I wanted to share that with everybody. Another question was, let's see here, was basically why not gold certificates? I recently went to my bank to see if I could find some silver. They said, "Hey, why don't you buy a silver certificate?" And obviously that was not going to happen. Um, the reason the what a silver certificate is, or a gold certificate, is it's a derivative. And what is a derivative? Well, if you look up the definition, it's the value is based on the value of something else, like the price at the COMEX. You're not purchasing silver or gold. You are purchasing a derivative. You're purchasing a promise to pay you dollars, right, at the price of silver and gold. I know it's just seems illogical. I'm getting a silver certificate, so you should be holding silver for me, or if I get a gold certificate, you should be holding gold. But this is how derivatives work. So, can you imagine what other derivatives the banks have probably come up with? If they've always had these gold and silver certificate derivatives, and can you imagine they probably had some real estate derivatives and stuff like that, and all kinds of derivatives, basically, where you put down, you give them your money at the higher price, and then they push the things down by taking away credit from that particular aspect of, or real estate or whatever item that you're trying to bet against a bank that's going to go up. And then obviously you lose because they have control over every aspect of the economy, because they can print money, and they can deny the printing of the money to any part or aspect of the economy. So buying a derivative is a fool's errand. Another question I'd like to clear up is, I believe, this is my personal opinion, I believe that the paper price of gold and silver will go down, and the physical price will go up. Um, Currently, we're still in backwardation for both silver and gold. Backwardation is basically future contracts. Buying silver and gold in the future is cheaper than buying it today, right? Or the closest contract month. So, backwardation usually gets cleared up because well, you'd make more money if you sell your physical silver and gold right now, and just buy a futures contract. Well, um, as you know, people are realizing that, hey, there's not enough physical silver and gold to go around, and they could be caught holding a bag when because governments are printing money like crazy. So nobody wants to do that. So we're going to see backwardation for quite some time, and I believe that the banks will push silver and gold down before the treasuries default, or not default, but actually the treasury bubble pops, basically. Um, I don't see the government defaulting on its debt, really. I mean, they could just print it off, right? So there's no chance of a default. Um, so prepare once. I think February will be the month for the bubble in treasuries to pop, and interest rates start to skyrocket for United States debt. Um, because I mean it's ridiculous now. I mean, you're seeing 0.01% on a 3 month T bill, uh, and and a 10-year note is at 2.5 or something ridiculous like that. I mean, this it's insane. So, and on top of that, right, we're getting the Federal Reserve announcing that they're going to be buying treasuries, and supposedly that they've been buying treasuries all along, and it came through the Cayman Islands. So people are going to clue in, and they're going to get themselves out of the treasuries, and they're going to try to look for an investment, and the banks are going to want to push silver and gold down majorly before that happens, so that uh, this is not the investment that people want to go to when they're in the panic mode, trying to get out of the treasury bomb that explodes in February.